Hi friends, this is Sarvajan here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good and safe. And today let us discuss about the BGP backdoor attributes. So here is the architecture where I connected R1, R2 and R3. So whenever R1 learns a prefix, right, 2.2 prefix via OSPF and BGP, it will always install the BGP routes because this is having the least administrative distance. But after configuring the backdoor, what happened? It will increase the BGP administrative distance from 20 to 200 and it will prefer the internal routing protocol. So after configuring the backdoor, it will increase it from 20 to 200. So always it prefer the OSPF internal routing protocol because it will having the least administrative distance, right? So let us go to the individual router and let us configure the BGP and OSPF relationship because our router R1 is going to learn the route via OSPF and BGP, right? So now let us go to R1 and I'm going to configure it. Let us configure the first OSPF. So go to configuration mode and router OSPF 100. Let us 100 and I'm going to advertise the prefix 1.1.1, right? Network 1.1.1 and 0.0.0, that is a wildcard mask, right? 0.0 area 0. So after that, what is the OSPF it is learning? 12.1, right? So I'm going to advertise 12.1, 192.168.12.0 followed by 0.0.0.255 area 0. So I advertise this network via OSPF. Now let us advertise this via BGP, right? 13 and 1.1. So let us go to the configuration. So router BGP, it is 1, right? Router BGP and the AS number is 1. And go to network 1.1.1 and the mask is 255.255.255.255. So the mask is 255.255.255 and then it is learning the 192.168.13.2, right? So network 192.168.13.0 followed by 0.0. Sorry, 0.0. And the mask is 255.255.255.0, right? I'm advertising via BGP because it is learning via BGP, right? So the two things I configured. This route it is learning via OSPF that I configured in OSPF, and this route it is learning via BGP. So that also we have configured. So we have to advertise both the network 1.1 in both OSPF and BGP. Similarly, let us go to R2, right? Let us go to R2 and I'm going to configure the OSPF first. OSPF 100. Let us make it as 100. And now I'm going to advertise this. This is OSPF, right? 12.2. So let us configure network 192.168.12.0, 0.0.0.255 area 0. Similarly, let us configure this prefix 2.2.2. So go to 2.2.2. and 0.0.0.0 area 0. Similarly, the same network I am going to advertise in BGP also, right? So go to configuration mode, router, BGP, and what is the value here? It is autonomous system number is 2 and network again 2.2.2 and the mask is 255.255.255.255, right? So here also we configure the same thing, right? Mask is, oh yeah. So 2.2.2 mask is 255.255. Similarly, we have to configure this as a BGP, right? So 23.0. So go to network 192.168.23.0 0.0.0.255 area 0. Sorry, it is mask, right? So mask is 255.255.255.0. So I advertise this also. So now what I'm going to do, I have to configure the BGP neighbor also. This neighbor I have to configure, right? So what we can do, we'll configure the BGP neighbor relationship. Go to R1. So I configure the OSPF. So now let us configure the BGP neighbor relationship. So go to configuration mode, router, BGP2 and so it is in 1, right? And the neighbor is 192.168.13.1 and the remote autonomous system number is 3, right? So let us configure the basic neighbor relationship in BGP and similarly go to R2 and configure the BGP neighbor relationship, router, BGP2 and the neighbor is 192.168.23.2 and the remote AS is 3, right? So I configure this also And what I would to do now, I go to R3 and I'm going to configure the it has two BGP neighbors also. So let us go to R3, go to the configuration mode and route to BGP3 and the command is neighbor 192.160.13.2 and the remote ES is 1, right? Similarly 23.1 and the remote ES is 2, right? So we have successfully configured the BGP and also the configured OSPF routes also. Let us check the BGP neighbor relationship all summary. Similarly, show IP BGP all summary. Yeah, show IP BGP all summary. So the neighbor is coming up and also I configure the routes, right? So the neighbor is coming up and let us see here. Yeah, the neighbor is coming up. So we are able to see the neighbor and also I advertise this route via OSPF and this specific route via BGP. Similar things I have done here also. So now what I'm going to do, let us see without configuring the backdoor attribute. So what we can do, go to R1 and check the route, show IP route, and it is learning from the prefix is 2.2, right? So 2.2. Let us include 2.2. So how it is learning? It is learning via OSPF. I already told that is the first thing. Whenever R1 learn, it will always install the BGP routes in the routing table because of the lowest AD. So now let us see. It is learning via BGP, right? You are able to see 20 because it is having the least administrative distance. It is learning via BGP. Similarly, go to R2 and check the value. Show IP route, and R2 is learning the prefix 1.1, right? Remote network. This is a remote network and include 1.1. So it is learning via BGP. So that you are understanding this concept. So now I'm going to configure the backdoor attribute. So backdoor, what it does, it will increase the EBGP administrative distance from 20 to 200 so that it will prefer this routing table, right? It will prefer the OSPF because of the least administrative distance. So let us configure the backdoor. How to configure is go to configuration mode and router BGP1, right? This is BGP1, yeah, and network. So we have to configure the remote network 2.2.2, 2.2.2, and the mask is 255.255.255.255 and add a backdoor keyword. Okay, this is the thing done. Similarly, go to R2 and let us go to the configuration mode router BGP2, right? BGP2 and configure the remote network 1.1.1, right? That is 1.1.1 and mask is 255.255.255.255 and the attribute backdoor you would add. Because I'm going to add the backdoor, what it does. So previously you were able to see it is preferring BGP as a EBGP because of the lowest administrative distance compared to OSPF. So now after adding the backdoor keyword, let us see the changes. Show IP route let us see the include the remote network 2.2. So let us see the changes. See, now the second statement it is proving, right? So it will increase the EBGP from 20 to 200 and it will prefer the internal routing protocol. Previously it was OSPF, now it is internal routing protocol. That is the purpose of backdoor. Similarly, same thing, we'll check it out. See, it is also preferring the internal routing protocol. What happened after configuring this backdoor attribute, it will increase the EBGP AD from 20 to 200. So it will be higher administrative distance. So it will prefer the least administrative distance. So it is preferring the internal routing protocol. So that is the main purpose of backdoor, right? So now let us now shut down this path. I want to show this. So let us shut down this path. Go to R1 and configuration mode and interface fast Ethernet 0/0. Let us shut down this path. Now you can see the EBGP value will be changed from 20 to 200. See, this is the thing, right? So if you are shutting down this path, EBGP path is 200. So that is the main advantage of backdoor. It will increase the EBGP from 20 to 200 and it will always prefer the internal routing protocol. This is how backdoor work. I hope you understood. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.